Hi everyone, it's Kat Sticker with Soul Shift Thursdays, and I am coming to you live tonight on this episode where we're planning on doing a full moon detox and mid-year reboot. So happy full moon, everyone. And how are you guys feeling? How was the solstice, the summer solstice, the longest day of the year? Probably one of the hottest. Y'all, I am saging the crap out of this room because I've had a very rough week. So, I got home from the vacation last week and everything was fine like the first day. But then Friday morning, I woke up with a terrible migraine and it was just like everything went wrong. So I had this terrible migraine, and I had to work. It was my first day back to work. So I had all this work waiting. So I think that helped to make it worse, to exacerbate that condition. And so things just it. I want to say they spiraled, but it didn't really spiral. What happened was I like fell off a cliff, and I'm getting ashes everywhere. Um, so when you fall off a cliff, that's even different than a spiral, because when you're spiraling downward, there's some points of return there. There's some points where you can say, "Hey, I'm spiraling downward. I need to do something." But I just like fell off the cliff with the migraine, and it was three to about 3.5 days of excruciating agony on the weekend when there weren't really doctors available. I did do an online doctor, but the medication wasn't very good, so suffering with that. And hey, who said hey y'all? I'm gonna look on my phone because I can't tell who's making comments, but I'll be able to tell in just a second. It just takes me a second to get on here. Here I am. Oh, it's Dash. Hey, Dash. Good to see you. Make sure my phone's muted there so I don't have some echoing. Echo. Well, Dash, we are going to do this full moon detox and mid-year reboot. And what made me think of it was that horrible experience I had this weekend. And then after that, you know how pain can make you feel a bit down and not just out of it, but just kind of down, even depressed. And then I had all these other things, and it just started being very hard to get out of that mood. And I was actually pretty concerned. There was a lot of negative self-talk. And I'm like, well, I'm the one who tells people don't do that. Well, it happens to everyone, it happens to everyone. There's bad things happen. And it wasn't just the migraine. It wasn't just having to go back to work. It was, I had bad news. My kids had to go to their fathers on Friday for a couple of months. So I won't get to see them. That makes me depressed every summer. And, I'm having to go back to the office soon. They're having us return to the office, and I've been at home for over a year, so I feel like my whole world's being rebooted, and it made me really feel very depressed, to be quite honest. And I was like, I have got to do something about this. I've got to turn the ship. Let's turn the ship. I'm the captain of my ship, right? You got to be the captain of your ship. It's up to you to turn the ship. So I was like, what can I do to turn the ship? Well, first off, I started with that, thinking of things to express gratitude for. And that's hard when you're feeling depressed. Like, you're mad or you're angry at all this stuff that's happened to you. You want to feel sad. And, I mean, you might want to feel good, but you're in this mood of sad, and you're not in the mood to look at the bright side of things. You know what I'm saying? Everybody goes through that, I think, where you're not in the mood to look for the silver lining in the dark cloud. But I did. I forced myself to do that, and when I started doing that, I actually felt better. And I was like, I'm grateful for the time I had on vacation with my children. I'm grateful that they're healthy and nothing bad happened on vacation. Just starting with the little things, and I went through that for like half an hour, and I had so many things I ended up being grateful for. That was a big boost. But then I decided, well, this is mid-year, and we just went through the summer solstice on June 20th, and I missed that. I was supposed to do a ceremony for the Windwalker clan, and I missed out on that because of being sick. So, but the full moon or the solstice energies are still pretty high. It doesn't have to be on solstice day. We're only a few days off of that. Plus, we have the full moon, and that brings in a lot of extra energy, right? So we're going to use that energy today for a meditation, because it can boost the power of that meditation and the effects. So I'm looking forward to doing that with you tonight. But since it's mid-year, I wanted to know, like, where are you on your wellness goals that you set back in January? Y'all remember those wellness goals? Wellness goals? Well, wherever you are on those, it's time to kind of assess how you're doing on them, and then maybe adjust them. Maybe some of those aren't relevant anymore. You have something that's a higher priority now, or there's something new you want to add to the list. So I want you to this week go, and that's your call to action, is this week go and assess where you are on your wellness goals. And then you can, if you never did the wellness goals, now's a good time to do it for the second half of the year. And so then you get 6 months before you're going to reassess again. What do you think about that? Is that a good idea? Hey, let me see who else is here. I got Michael, Dash, and so what we're going to do tonight, here I got this little banner up with kind of the procedure we're going to go through. First, we're going to do a release. And of course, this is prompted by the troubles I had this week. And a few weeks ago, I posted a link to Linda L. Fitch's instructions to create a grief altar. And I don't know if any of you checked it out. I didn't create one. What I did was look at her video. It was really helpful, and I'll post a link here for, or maybe not a link, but I have like instructions how to get there without posting the link. So I'll post that when we get to it, and we're going to go ahead and create a grief altar. Whether or not, it doesn't have to be for someone passing away. It could be for endings. Maybe it's time to do a harvest or assess what you harvested from the first half of the year, and maybe there's things you need to let go of. So we're going to do this grief altar bowl for releasing. Full moon's a good time for releasing, and that's what we're going to do. And we're going to use the salt water. So if you want to do it with me, now's a good time to go get your stuff. All you're really going to need is a bowl, some salt, and some water. Now, there's other things, like she's pretty specific on having a black altar cloth and all this stuff. Also, you might want to have a candle for that, and we can do that together. You can do it on your own time. And then secondly, we're going to do a healing. We'll do a full moon meditation with our healing angels. We'll bring in healing angels and our high frequency guide. And so in this part of the show, that's where we're going to heal body, mind, and spirit with the angels, and then our high frequency guide, we're calling in for alignment. Then number 3, we're going to do a little shielding. That's actually part of that meditation, where we're going to put a shield on, and then you can choose to like anoint yourself, and for that you could use some essential oils or a crystal, or maybe an herbal tea, maybe, I don't know, if you don't have any of that, you just rub a piece of lettuce on your face. That's a little herbal humor. Don't rub lettuce on your face. But you know, maybe you can do it with a tree or your favorite plant or something. And then fourth, we're going to call in Lama Mao. I have to work on the pronunciation. It's a Hawaiian wind goddess, and I'm looking. Do I have my wind whistle? Yeah. All right, I got my wind whistle. We're gonna call in that wind to blow forth ancestral wisdom to help us out. So that's what we're gonna do. But first, we're gonna start with creating this grief altar. And how many of you want to do that with me? You guys have, hey, Mary has joined us. How many of y'all want to do the grief altar with me? Go ahead and get you a bowl and some salt and some water, and I'll show you how to do it. All right, let's see. Now, where you can get the instructions, you can download, and you have to give her your name, get on her mailing list or whatever. She'll give you like a little video and a PDF instruction on how to do this grief altar. You go to lindalfitch.com and then navigate to free offerings and then create a grief altar. She actually has a lot of cool free offerings on her website. So if you want to check that out, that's after the show. That's pretty cool. And I'm going to do something I haven't done before. So I was trying to figure out how to show you this in my little space here, and I determined that it's possible if I switch cameras. So I'm going to try to switch cameras here. All right. You can see me now, right? You can still see me. I'm going to move my mic over here so you can still hear me. And what I have here is the altar materials. Now, so one thing you ought to know about me is that I can't follow a recipe. I always have to like add something, change something up, make it my own. And so with this thing, she said, get a black altar cloth. Well, I have a black altar cloth, but I'm using it for something else. So I just used a piece of construction paper, black construction paper. And then I thought that was cool because I could write on it. And even though my marker is almost out of ink, I managed to write a few things. I wrote, banish sadness, release, love trumps pain, and resilience. So those are things I want to put on my altar cloth. She said use a black bowl. Well, I don't want you to have to run out and buy a black bowl. I had a black bowl with flowers on it. I didn't want to use that one. I wanted to use my dragon bowl because I'm going to put the intention of dragon energy into this bowl. And so it's kind of a navy blue with white. I don't know. I don't think that it has to be black. I'm going to use the dragon bowl. I think it'll be better than a black bowl. And then I am using, I don't think it matters what kind of salt you use. I'm using this pink Himalayan salt because I have a lot of it on hand, but you could use table salt or, I don't know, kosher salt, whatever kind of salt you have. And how much salt do you need? Well, how sad are you? Are you just a little bit sad? Are you like super sad? Or is it really bad? I think it's up to you to determine how much salt you need to use in your bowl. And so just use your own intuition, your own feelings about it. And for me, I'm using a lot of salt in my bowl because I had not just a bad week, but some of these things are, I think, long-term grief that I'm going to have to work through. And so what happens is that grief when you're feeling it all the time, it permeates your whole space. And the bowl, the salt water in the bowl is supposed to help kind of get some of the, absorb some of that negative energy into the bowl. And so eventually when you're feeling better, you throw out the bowl of water outside and let it go back in the earth. And the salt helps to transmute those negative energies. Now I've got moon water here. I think you can use whatever kind. I use distilled water to create moon water, and I use that for a lot of products too. But I'm just going to pour this into the salt. Ooh, it makes a sound. I'm not sure how much water you have to put. And then I don't really have anything to stir it with. I could use my ruler. Just gonna use my little ruler and stir it up a little bit. Whoa, it is cool looking. Can you see that? It's really cloudy because I used the pink salt. I guess it would be cloudy with any kind of salt. This pink salt's really interesting. I also brought a piece of black kyanite I'm going to put on my altar, and this selenite wand. And selenite is like a moon crystal, so I thought that would be appropriate. And it kind of, I like to have a little symmetry on my altar. And then I brought this candle, just a plain white candle. And I think that's what Linda recommends. And, you know, I think I'm going to just leave this candle burning until it burns out. I think this is like a 3-day candle. So I don't know if I can actually leave it burning for 3 days because I have cats and candles do not mix. Let me see if I have any comments. Oh, it's so witchy, Mary says. Yep, pretty much. But, you know, use what's going to be practical for you and what you have on hand. Don't go run out and buy special things. Use what you might have, something like a picture of a loved one who passed that you might want to put on a grief altar, or something that reminds you of what you're grieving. To put on your grief altar, and it's really very personal to you. And then I want you to relax and focus on the bowl for a moment. Now you're going to let the bowl sit in your home for a while. I don't think there's a specific amount of time, but enough time to absorb your grief until you feel better. And what I want you to do for this full moon is to release that grief near the bowl. I want you to focus on the candle. Focus on the flame. Focus on the water, this healing, cleansing water that's absorbing and pulling out of you that grief and those feelings. Now, is there anything wrong with grieving? No, we need to grieve. We need to grieve. But it can also affect all the people around you in your community, in your household. And so this grief altar is supposed to help absorb that, so it's not really affecting everyone. You're still going to go through your grieving process, and it's not going to be instant. Grieving's a cycle. It may come back over and over again. Like I said, every summer for me, it's really hard. But I want you to just release those emotions that are pent up that you know need to be released. And there may be some tears. So just sit with me for a moment. We'll just have a brief moment of silence for all those who are grieving and all of those who need to feel loved and whole again because of that grief. And let's just ask our higher self to be available, to give us a hug, to hold us and let us know that we're part of a collective consciousness that's bigger than us. And that no matter how much we've lost, we're still whole at soul level. We're still whole. We're not empty. Now with a grief altar, we want to honor what we've lost. Honor it. Whether it's a person or a process, a job, whatever it is. Honor the time that you had with that before you lost it. Honor how it changed your life. Honor the lessons that you learned from it. Find that kind of gratitude to honor it. And that can replace some of the sadness. I feel like I'm an expert on grief because I've had so much. And I release that sadness and that energy. And I feel like this coolness, and maybe it's the air conditioner, but I feel this coolness over the bowl. That's like a comforting coolness that comes from the cleansing power of water. All right. So I hope that this has helped you. I hope that you can get the instructions and do this for yourselves. Dash says our ancestors used whatever they could get their hands on. Yeah. So you do, and Mary's grandmother did a lot of this. Yeah. So our ancestors did have ways to heal other than just, popping pills all the time, because there are natural ways to go through these processes. People have been grieving since the beginning of time, right? All right, so I want to, I don't know if I need to set this aside maybe a little bit. And I don't know what I did with my other paper. Hold on. All right. Do you not know? But I want to go into our meditation, and so the next thing we're going to do is this full moon meditation with our healing angels. And I actually printed out my notes for that, and I can't find them now, so that's bad. Michael, if you could bring me up, I hope you're listening. Can you bring me up my charger for my computer, because it's almost dead, like this Apple, and I can look at the meditation script on that. I had printed it out and now I lost it. But basically I want to do this really cool meditation for you guys, and then we'll do this this sealing and blocking. Now the sealing and blocking, like I said, is going to be part of the meditation, and I'll actually post that transcript on the Soul Shifters Guild Facebook group. But before we do that, I also want to make this announcement that this is the last time I'm going to do Soul Shift Thursdays. I know it's sad. It's another one of those kind of things coming to an end. But the good news is it's moving. I'm not going to stop doing it. I'm just moving it to Saturdays because, like I said, I'm going to have to go back to the office, and I'll be working on Thursdays, and I may or may not get home in time to do this show. So it would be a lot better for me on Saturday, because I don't work on Saturdays. But what time do you think? Like, mornings usually isn't good for me because the kids have all these activities. But, I know y'all probably have this big Saturday night planned, and I don't want you to miss your Saturday night. So maybe sometime in the afternoon on Saturday, let me know what times that you think work best for you. And I'll take those into consideration when scheduling a time. Maybe, I don't know, I'm undecided on the time. Maybe like 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon. The games should be over by then. My kids have a lot of sports. So, oh, thank you, Michael. Thanks for bringing my laptop. It's right here. Oh, yeah, I know I don't have any plugs. You can unplug maybe, I don't know. You guys, I have so much stuff plugged into my plug outlet. It's unbelievable. Alternatively, if you could find that printout, which I had earlier before I sat down and started this. When I sat down, I saw I had like 1 minute till I'm supposed to start this broadcast. And I was like, oh my God. I started panicking and then like looking for, trying to get all set up and everything really fast. So somehow I lost my paper that I had in my hand. Does that ever happen to you? Well, okay, and then, so after that meditation, I'll do the calling in of the wind. Thank you so much. All right, so you know what? I think I'm going to bring this candle back here and maybe adjust the lighting a little bit here so you can see the candle better. Oh, no. Like, is that good? You still can't really see the flame that good. Maybe... Let me see if I can turn this one down some. I was trying to give you something to focus on there. All right. Because don't focus on me. Just focus on the candle. And I'm going to walk you through this beautiful full moon meditation. Oh, and hold on. I want to burn myself. Set everything on fire. Michael, can you take some of these cats? I'm worried they're going to knock this candle over or spill the water. Because those cats are unpredictable. All right, I'm going to play some of this meditation music. Whoa. And I think when I play the meditation music in the background... as opposed to how I did it the other day with putting it into the meditation video where it like overrode my voice. I think having it in the background won't do that. I don't even know if you can hear it. But so what I want you to do is get in a comfortable place. This meditation's pretty complex. So I want you to get in a comfortable place and relax and start relaxing your face, relaxing your body. You can lay down, you can sit in a comfortable chair. Just make sure that you are as comfortable as possible, but where you won't fall asleep. And then I want you to, let's do a little bit of deep breathing. I like to start with that. It gets us in that mood. So I want you to breathe in through your nose to the count of 7. Feel it nourishing your body. And then exhale through your mouth for a count of 7. Now inhale again for a count of 7. And as you exhale, feel all the tension releasing out of your body. Make a sighing sound. Now inhale one more time. We're going to do this one more time. Count of 7 and breathe in only positive energy. And as we exhale, we're going to release all the negative energy and make that sighing sound. Now smile, close your eyes, and keep breathing normally and just comfortably. Now imagine yourself walking out to a beautiful place in nature, and your bare feet are touching the earth. You're very comfortable. Put your feet on the floor if you're sitting there, or if you're lying down, just imagine your bare feet on the earth. Give your feet permission to connect with planet Gaia. And feel the bottoms of your feet opening up like windows to the world. And red lava-like energy is gushing forth from the center of the earth up through your feet and warming your body as it flows up through your feet, through your legs, through your chakra system. First your root chakra at the base of your spine, then through your sacral chakra and your lower abdomen, up through your solar plexus, filling up your I am center in your stomach. Then all the way up through your heart center. The lava flows up into your throat and then up into your head, activating your third eye and up through your crown. Now your crown opens up and this lava gushes out like a fountain spouting out of the top of your head like a whale. And then it flows around you, flows down around your body, encapsulating you with Earth's vital force energy. And that flows down back into the earth. So it's a cycle. You become a continuous pulsing human fountain of Gaia energy, flowing up through your feet, out through your crown, and back into the earth. Gaia heals herself, and this ancient, powerful, grounding energy is coursing through your body. You're one with the earth. So just feel that cycle for a few moments, being one with Gaia as that pulses through you. As the force of the flow subsides, the lava sinks back into the earth, and it leaves your earthly body stronger, cleaner, and healthier than it's ever been before. You feel at peace, and now you look up into the sky, and you see the big, beautiful full moon above your head. It's shining radiant light. It's illuminating and pulling out what no longer serves you with its magnetic force. And it's sending out vibrations like an ephemeral song of heavenly bliss. You can feel the vibrations of the moon. And it's magnifying the energy of your intentions by 1,000%. I call in my healing angel. Only beings of 100% pure light are invited to connect. Archangel Raphael, please come forth to oversee this connection. You see a bright white light above Grandmother Moon. And now You start floating above the earth, floating up, up. Feel your body getting lighter and floating up to the level of the moon so that you're facing the moon. I am my healing angel. I am my healing angel. I am my healing angel. Your healing angel is coming near. Your healing angel understands your needs. Let's say to your healing angel, please infuse me with your healing light. Transmute all sadness, pain, and ailments. Restore my body, mind, and spirit. Upgrade my DNA to allow me to be at my fullest level of health and enlightenment that's available to me. So now I'm expanding my aura out from my heart center, creating this big bubble, and my healing angel is coming forward and merging into my aura and putting its hands on my shoulders and preparing to deliver Reiki healing. So I'm going to send out, my angel is going to send out, using me as a conduit, this Reiki healing energy to everyone who's listening who wants it. So if you are open to receiving this transmission of healing energy from your healing angels and from my healing angel, all you have to do is say yes. I'm going to spend a few minutes transmitting that energy, and just all you have to do is just be open to receiving it and just relax. My hands are burning. I mean, it doesn't hurt, it's just warm, very warm. As that energy flows from my angel's third eye through my third eye, down my arms, and to you. This energy, Reiki energy, knows where to go. Thank you, healing angels, for your love, kindness, caring, comfort, healing, grace, for coming forth to be with us, to help us. Thank you. Now we're going to call forth our high frequency guides. I call in our high frequency guides to raise our frequency to the highest levels available to us. And as the angels step back, you see your high frequency guide stepping forward into the moonlight as you still float above the earth. High frequency guides, please assist us in aligning with our soul's purpose and energy centers at our highest available frequency. Your high frequency guide is upgrading your codes. Aligning you better with your energy centers that are on your soul's divine blueprint. All you have to do is be open to receiving these frequencies from your high frequency guide. And you may feel a little bit lighter now. Your spirit may feel lighter because these higher frequencies really make you feel giddy. They make you feel healed and happy. And as your high frequency guide finishes up upgrading your codes, you start to descend back to earth. Thank you, high frequency guides. But wait, now you look up and the full moon is high in the sky and a purple cloud moves in front of the moon. And you see it's a cloud of violet flames. Saint Germain appears on the cloud. He's a master alchemist. And he sends a gentle rain of violet flames down over you. And you feel all these tiny flames touching your body like little snowflakes as they rain down. They're so hot that they feel cold. And these flames, they pile up, they build up quickly around your feet and then higher around your hips and then higher around your chest. And finally, you're engulfed in this tingling violet flame that's above your head, and it's bringing enlightenment to your spirit so that you can experience abundance and harmony. This violet flame is healing. It's awakening. It soothes your spirit. It helps you to be your best self. And now an even larger pillar of white light descends from your soul star chakra and shines down, surrounding this violet flame, and it seals them into your body. Thank you, Saint Germain. Thank you, high frequency guides. Thank you, healing angels. Thank you, Archangel Raphael. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now the pillar of light ascends and the flames dissipate. I want you to take a deep breath in through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Come back to your room and open your eyes and snap your fingers and stomp your feet and drink some water. I'm going to drink some water too. So I want you to be present now and be well, because that meditation could have made you a little bit out there. All right, so I'm going to try to turn down my volume a little bit. I don't know if you could hear that music. I didn't want it to be too loud and overwhelming. All right, so now the final thing we didn't do the anointing. So now what you can do to kind of seal in what we did, remember, we cleansed out, we released what no longer served us, using this grief bowl to take some of that negative energy away. Then we did a healing, body, mind, and spirit. We used with the angels, with the angelic Reiki. Then we brought in our high frequency guide to help with our alignment. And so now what we're going to do is call in Lamamoa. That's a Hawaiian wind goddess. And we're going to have her blow in some ancestral wisdom to help us make choices that bring us abundance and harmony. But before we do that, you might want to seal and block any negative, seal yourself, like shield yourself and block any negative energy. We did that kind of with the violet flame, and we put over the violet flame, we sealed it with that white column of light. But we can actually do a little anointing of ourselves. We don't want to use the water from our negative bowl. You might want to use something else. So for me, I have this essential oil blend that I created that I'm going to use. That you could use some herbal tea, or maybe just the energy from a plant. You could use a flame and like go like this to take some of the energy from the flame to anoint yourself. It depends on kind of what element that you want to use for that. All right, so I'm just going to anoint myself. And, you know, I'm just putting little drops on my ankles and wrists, around my head and temples, to anoint myself, to create this shield. And this is done with your intention. And you could use I don't want to use that crystal either. You can use a crystal if you want. I can use this crystal. Got a good crystal here. This is some blue kyanite. And just use a crystal or some anointing to create a shield around your body. And that's going to keep those negative energies blocked out from you. All right, so wow, that oil smells good. I feel great from that meditation. I don't know about you. All right, so now we're going to call in La Mamoa. La Mamoa, be present with us and blow in our ancestor energy, those who've come before us from the north, south, east, and west. Bring their wisdom to us. You know which ancestors would best serve our needs right now, the needs we have in our heart. And so we ask your wind to bring to us the ancestral wisdom we need to make the best decisions that will bring us abundance and harmony. Thank you, La Mamoa. So I've been working with the wind for a few years, and I'm actually right now in this apprenticeship program with Renee Baribeau to become a teacher of her wind mastery program. So the Wind Work Basics, anyway, that course. And it's been a real experience. It's a 10-month program, and we work with a different wind every month. Plus, we work with our cardinal winds for the year. And so La Mamoa is my wind for June. And one of the things that I did to work with La Mamoa is to put on my wind altar a little spirit house, one of those Thai spirit houses, to house ancestors that she brings in. And so you can put, so what La Mamoa did in the legend is that La Mamoa was a goddess in a gourd, and so all this energy was stored in this gourd, and I thought that like a little spirit house would be kind of similar. So you could use any kind of container, I think, and put that on your altar as like a little house for the ancestor spirits to feel welcome, and you can leave little offerings there or burn incense to make them feel welcome. Maybe put little pictures, things like that. Anyway, that is what I had. Now, remember, we're next in July, we're going to be starting on Saturdays, and I'll get back to you with what time of day. I hope you enjoyed the meditation. I'll be posting that in the Soul Shifters Guild Facebook group. So if you're joining us from YouTube or Twitch, please note that you need to come to Facebook and join our group, Soul Shifters Guild, because we put all the freebies and the files in this group, and you can access everything there. All right. Well, I love you guys. Thanks so much for joining me tonight. And I wish you the best rest of your week possible. I hope you feel healed, body, mind, and spirit. And you can replay that meditation anytime, as many times as you need to do this healing. And that distance Reiki healing will work for you. When you're ready to accept it, that energy exists outside of the bounds of the time and space. So it is going to come to you as needed. If you're listening to this, it's because it was meant for you. All right, I love you guys. Walk in the light. Love you. Bye.